Chevrolet GMC, and right now at Coppel, we're offering big discounts on all of our inventory. 2026 GMC Terrains are leasing at $279 per month or buy for $27,690. 2026 Canyon is leasing for $269 or buy for $40,980. Also right now, all new Equinox EVs and all half-ton trucks are starting at $12,000 off MSRP. These are just a few examples of some of the aggressive pricing going on right now at Coppel. Please stop on in or check us out at coppelcars.com. All these with $2,500 down and with a roof credit.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney location. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me and the rest of the 93.7 The Ticket crew as we bring you live coverage of the 2026 NSAA Boys State Basketball Tournament from Pinnacle Bank Arena. The action tips off Wednesday, March 11th. If it's being played at Pinnacle Bank Arena, it's heard on The Ticket, Class A to Class D2 all week long. Join us March 11th through March 14th as we crown 6 state champions at the 2026 NSAA Boys State Basketball Tournament right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Is it time to replace your home comfort system? Call Bryant and save money in every way. Bryant provides you with solutions that save. Save big immediately with attractive rebates, and save every day with lower operating costs. Most important, though, the systems are selected to fit you. The right system, priced right, properly installed. That's the way Bryant works for you. How much can you save? Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing for a free estimate. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. And let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. And get a house that you're going to be happy with. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved, because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Asset Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Asset Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines. Now boarding. Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppel Chevrolet GMC, and right now at Coppel, we are offering big discounts on all of our inventory. 2026 GMC Terrains are leasing at $279 per month, or buy for $27,690. 2026 Canyons leasing for $269, or buy for $40,980. Also, right now, all new Equinox EVs and all half-ton trucks are starting at $12,000 off MSRP. These are just a few examples of some of the aggressive pricing going on right now at Coppel. Please stop on in or check us out at coppelcars.com. All leases with $2,500 down with a roof credit.
Tired of your furnace running overtime this winter? Let Heartland of Nebraska Windows save the day. Upgrade to stunning, energy-saving triple-pane vinyl windows installed by their team of experts. Every window comes with a lifetime warranty on everything, all for a price you can actually afford. Free estimates, flawless replacements, and peace of mind from a family-owned business you can trust. Don't wait. Call Heartland of Nebraska Windows at 402-430-3852 or visit heartlandofnebraskawindows.com today.
Nebraska men's basketball is headed to Chicago as the 2 seed for the Big Ten tournament, and we're headed with them. Join me, Jake Sorensen, and DP for coverage from the United Center this weekend as the Huskers look to start the postseason off on the right note. 93.7 The Ticket's coverage from the men's Big Ten tournament is sponsored by Runza, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, the Lincoln Airport, and Penner Sprinkler and Lawn.
Rico here with HIS Autocare at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Autocare, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
When it comes to concrete, Stevenson and Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevenson Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevenson Smith Construction slams expectations. Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hello, I'm Steve Sipple, co-host of Early Break, weekday mornings from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And my favorite thing to do, see, or go to in downtown Lincoln is probably O'Rourke's. It's not like I go there that often, but when I do, it takes me back to my college years. It's always been a very chill bar. Seems like they play good music, just a good vibe in there. And I look forward to my next trip into that bar.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top-quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Welcome into a presentation of high school boys state basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Boys State Basketball on The Ticket is presented by Union Bank and Trust, Nebraska Hematology Oncology, Concordia University, Nest 529 Direct Plan, Peru State College, General Excavating, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Doane University, Play It Again Sports, Sunbelt Rentals, the Nebraska Army National Guard, Big Ten Sports Bar, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, and Jimmy John's. Now, calling all the action, here are Nick Sainert and Austin Orman.
Good afternoon and welcome into Pinnacle Bank Arena, the second of two Class A semifinals in the boys state tournament. Austin Orman and Nick Sainert with you for the call of Bellevue West versus Papillion-La Vista South. 32 minutes to decide our second finalist. Who will it be taking on the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks? Nick, the first Class A game of the day, an absolute dandy from start to finish. Should have another fantastic game on our hand, this time between two really talented Metro teams.
Yeah, you have a Bellevue West team coming in, and it's a familiar stage for Bellevue West. Obviously, they might not have the notable players that they've had in the past with the Chucky Hepburns and the other ones, guys going William Kyle and those, but they are number 2 in the state for a reason. On the other side, you have the defending state champion. They're in here. They've been on the stage. Their coach, Coach Huser, on the way out the door. Can they provide them one last title run?
You mentioned Bellevue West having been on this stage before. They've won Class A in 2000, 2004, and 5, 2014, 2020, 23, and 24. But as you mentioned, Papillion-La Vista South knocks them off the throne last year with Papillion-La Vista South's first title in school history. Nick, only the 6th appearance at state this year for the Titans. Last year led by Bryson Ball, this year led by do-it-all guard Levi Webb.
Yeah, Levi Webb's really, really good. We saw him last year, played a key role as a sophomore. And this is also a team, a lot of people talked about Bryson Ball last year, and rightfully so. But also, there was a point guard that Papillion-La Vista South had, and that kind of ran the show. Both of those guys are no longer here, and kind of was, all right, time to hand the reins to somebody else. Levi Webb's that guy.
Getting ready for tip-off, the two teams huddling on their respective sides of the court. We are in for a good one. Number 2 seed Bellevue West, the Thunderbirds. Number 6 seed Papillion-La Vista South, the Titans. Starting lineups for this one. For Bellevue West, it'll be Braden Morrow, Bryce Johnson Jr., Keaton Melcher, Amari Smith, and Pierce Parker. For Papillion-La Vista South, Brady Alderson, Levi Webb, Grant Beckenauer, Connor Falkenberg, and Kenyon Slobodny.
When Papillion-La Vista South and Bellevue West matched up about halfway through the year, it resulted in a 2-point Papillion-La Vista South win, 65-63. This is what Class A basketball, especially on semifinal Friday, is supposed to be. You have the best of the best. We saw it. We got it in Lincoln Southwest and Omaha West Side. Expect nothing less here.
To tip it up, it is Connor Falkenberg and Pierce Parker, controlled now by Levi Webb for Papillion-La Vista South. Brady Alderson will bring it across the timeline. He uses a screen from Falkenberg, hit to his left. Now top of the key, it's Slobodny. Back over to Alderson, looking down low for Falkenberg. He's fronted, can't get it there. Over to Webb. The lefty fires up a right wing three, and it's good. Levi Webb, first points of the day.
Yeah, right on cue. Levi Webb, the leading scorer, gets us started. 3-0 Papio South right off the bat.
Quickly up the court comes Bellevue West. With it in the left wing is Bryce Johnson. He dishes it off to Braden Morrow. Pitch and catch. Now Johnson fires a three. Then what an answer. Bryce Johnson Jr. for three.
Here we go, Austin. Should be a good one right off the bat. Here we go.
Run and jump trap from Bellevue West. Now Falkenberg will line up a quick shot out of the press break, and he knocks that down. 3 possessions, 3 3-pointers.
Perimeter shooting, the name of the game.
With it,
human microwaves, they can heat them quick.
With it on the left wing is Morrow for Bell West. Over to Parker. Gets a screen now. Morrow driving left down the lane around Alderson. Another three up, and that one is good. Back-to-back threes for Bryce Johnson Jr.
4 3-pointers to start this one. 6-6, we're tied. Here we go.
Slobodny into the front court, handling, guarded by Smith. Gets it over to Webb on the back cut. Slobodny at the rim, count it, and a foul.
It might not be a 3-point bucket, but it might be an and one to give them 3 more points. Here's the deal. Austin, you know it, right? Obviously, a lot of perimeter shooting in this game already off the bat. Now, what do? Great job at Papio-LV South. Going back to their roots. Back cut by a guy not holding the basketball. Great find and getting 3 points the old-fashioned way.
Kenyon Slobodny, a chance to put a third point on the board. Couple dribbles, couple spins. Free throw on the way. Rattles it home. 5 possessions, 3 points on the board in all of them. With it now is Melcher, dribbling with his left hand against a 2-3 zone now. Matchup man potentially. A lot of switching going on from the Titans. Here goes Johnson into the lane. Lost the handle off his knee, but he controls. Into the post, up, under, around, and through. Tough finish, Bryce Johnson Jr.
That's going to be the matchup to watch. When Bellevue West is on offense, he's matched up defensively with Levi Webb. That's the matchup to watch. Best on best, the way it's supposed to be.
Webb now guarded by Morrow. He's got it in front of the Bell West bench. Looking for an entry pass to Falkenberg. Can't get it there. Defender backed off. Webb can't take the shot. With it now is Beckenauer. Beckenauer driving. Gets into the paint. Turnaround jumper. Left is short. Rebounded by Parker. Now here comes Johnson the other way. Johnson snaking right to left. He gets bumped and fouled by Beckenauer.
Austin, something filthy happened on that right wing there. When Levi Webb had the basketball, Melcher was guarding him. He bounced it off of his head. I mean, that's one of the most disrespectful things you can do. He intentionally bounced off his head, put Melcher in the spin cycle, but no points resulted out of it.
Johnson isolated on the right wing, gets it back up top now to Morrow. Morrow to Johnson. Splits the zone into the middle of the paint. Got caught with nowhere to go. Left his feet. Make a pass. Here goes Levi Webb. Quickly head in transition. Foul called on the floor as Levi Webb pushed the pace.
Yeah, Papio South wants this one to be a shooting foul. It's not going to be. We've seen that the continuation is more so in college. They've adopted the NBA rules. You haven't seen high school adopt college rules just yet.
Webb, trigger man out of bounds. Gets it in far side over to Beckenauer. Dribble handoff to Webb deep in the right corner for Papio South. The lefty dribbles with his right hand. Fade away now with the left hand. Tough bucket, Levi Webb. 11-8, Papio South on top. 2.5 minutes gone by first quarter. Here is Smith with ball top of the key. Gets it off now to Morrow. Morrow drives all the way to the cup. Rejected. Kenyon Slobodny with the block. Levi Webb gets the ball now for the Titans. He dribbles it across on the right side. Crossover right to left. Over now to Alderson. Alderson ball on the deck. Kicks it out to Beckenauer. Extra pass. Falkenberg. Big man's three. No good. Slobodny and Pierce fighting for the rebound. Slobodny and Parker. We get a jump ball headed to the Thunderbirds. Quite a collision, quite a tie-up there in the paint. Bellevue West comes away with the ball.
Whichever side does punch their ticket to tomorrow's state title game, I think both sides match up really, really well. Both sides can run. They're athletic. That's what Lincoln Southwest was able to do to Omaha West Side earlier today. I'm getting ahead of myself, but whoever wins today is a really fun matchup tomorrow afternoon.
28 minutes of basketball to go. It is a 2-3 zone out of Papio South. Morrow kicks it down in the corner to Melcher. Steps through now back to Morrow. Over to Johnson. He's hit a pair of threes in the early going. Now he'll cross over right to left. Lose the handle, had it stripped. Extra pass goes to Melcher. Corner three on the way. No good. Rebounded Beckenauer. Gets it up to Webb. Lefty dribbling on the left side of the court. He's guarded by Johnson. Webb ball above his head. Gets it out now to Falkenberg. Falkenberg guarded by Parker. Right back up top to Brady Alderson. Alderson, couple dribbles to his right. Now to Falkenberg, left corner. Here comes Beckenauer off the screen. Three-pointer, no good. Parker hustles after the rebound. Now here's Schultz. Ahead and open pass to Morrow. He's on the left wing. Dribbles to his right. Stops in the mid-range. Gets it over now to Melcher. Melcher dribbling with that left hand. Ball was tipped. He corrals it in the backcourt. Gets it back to Morrow. Morrow off a couple of streams. Looking for Parker down low. He'll do it himself. Now he drives. Telegraph the backdoor cut. Good takeaway there by Falkenberg. Now here comes Alderson. Dribbling with the right hand. Splitting some Thunderbirds. Picks it up top of the key. That ball tipped away out of bounds. Good hands on the sideline by Schultz.
We're starting to see both sides kind of settle into how they want this game to be played. I think Papio-LV South, they can go out and run if they need to, but I think that they want to, especially watching how they played last year, that if they can run a little bit of offense, move that ball, especially around the perimeter, they feel like they have a really good chance at this one.
Smith and Coyer enter the game right now for Bellevue West as Alderson Picks up his dribble right near half court. Now Morrow comes, pick him up, gets it off to Webb. Webb guarded by Jackson, thought about the three, instead he dips it down inside because to Slobodny, second layup of the day for him.
Way too easy. Levi Webb did it on purpose. He called for the screen. I think it was by design. And Slobodny acted like he was going to draw two defenders to Levi Webb, and Slobodny just slipped for an easy two.
Johnson and Coyer playing pitch and catch. Now with it, Smith on the right wing. Gets it over left slot to Morrow, between the legs dribble on Alderson. Gets a screen from Schultz. Smith in the left corner. Dribbles it out, not comfortable with it. Drives it over to Morrow. 10 on the shot clock. Morrow finds Coyer down low. Coyer going to work in the post, but he walked before that. Wave off the basket. 3 minutes to go. It's Papio South by 5.
Yeah, head coach for Bellevue West, Steve Klein, somebody who's been here time and time again telling his guys, hey, move the basketball. Let's keep it going. They're big. They're trying so hard to get those backdoor cuts into the lane. The lane's just not really open right now. You're going to have to draw some of those bigger defenders out to the perimeter and make them uncomfortable.
Some token pressure from Bellevue West applied out of the dead ball. Alderson gets a screen from Slobodny, and that's headed the other way. Slobodny was never set.
Never set, and he kind of gave him a little friendly shove on the back. He had two hands. From our vantage point, the official that called that moving screen or offensive foul didn't even probably see that piece of it. So to your point, was never set, but on our side, we could see him kind of extend two hands as well.
That screen never had a chance to be legal. So still a 5-point advantage for Papio South. They're on defense in a 2-3 zone. Johnson handling, he dribbles at Smith. Shifts the zone his way. Now with it is Melcher up top over to Schultz. Schultz gets it to Johnson in the high post. Johnson spins. He's swarmed by 3 Titan defenders. That one tipped again by Slobodny. Now here comes Levi Webb. He's into the front court, dribbling with that non-dominant right hand. He'll cross back over to the left. Behind the back on Smith. Step back for Webb. Instead, he finds a cutting Alderson. Alderson pops from the mid-range. Count it. Brady Alderson is on the board with 2 points for Papio South. Now everyone forgot about Pierce Parker. He's all alone under the basket. Bellevue West quickly strikes back. Here come the Titans again. Levi Webb up the right side of the court. Spins through traffic. Tough mid-range jumper, Levi Webb. Webb's got 7. Papio South leads by 7. Now a scrum as Smith fell down in the paint. We'll have our second tie of the game. That one's headed back to our side of the court. Nick, possession to Papio South.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I wanted to cut in there a couple of times and mention some things, but the pace of this game is so fast and so quick, but it's not out of control. Jay always talks about playing fast, but not in a hurry. This is catering to Levi Webb and how he wants to run this Papio South offense right now. He came to play. He's ready to go. He's hit a couple of shots, but also distributed really well.
Some more full court pressure applied by Bellevue West. Alderson cuts to get open. Here comes a run and jump trap. Alderson handles it well, gets it up to Slobodny. Now Falkenberg. Falkenberg, good handle, being guarded by Smith. Gets it back to Slobodny. Into the game now, Dak for the Titans. Dak with the dribble handoff to Alderson right at the top of the key. Alderson guarded by Schultz. Into the lane with the left hand. Righty layup up and good. Papio South leads at 19-10. Back-to-back buckets. Brady Alderson. Here quickly come the Thunderbirds. Firing from 3 is Melcher. Missed it long. And now a foul called as Schultz attempted to go for the rebound. He went just a little bit too much through Alderson's arm.
Yeah, right now the guard play for Papio South is just so much better than Bellevue West. You have Levi Webb, sir, but even Alderson. Both those guys directing traffic so well on the offensive side of the floor for Papio South, whether it's the by design or just improvising. They're outplaying Bellevue West guards right now.
Bryce Johnson Jr. started the game off hot with 8 quick points. He's been quiet here in the last 3.5 minutes or so. Beckenauer hustles down the court. He's going to throw this one inbounds, gets it to Alderson. We'll see if Bell West brings a trap. Yep, here comes Johnson on the trap. Alderson bounces it through to Webb, who gets to the middle of the floor. He crosses over into the paint. Lefty Euro step up with the right. 11-point advantage for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, Levi Webb has yet to miss a shot. He's got 9 already, 4 for 4 from the field for the outstanding Papio South guard.
Melcher down to Parker, now top to Johnson. He's got 8 of the 10 for the Thunderbirds. Lost the handle, but Melcher's there to corral it. Under a minute to play, first quarter. Papio South leads it by 11. Melcher drives, kicks over to Johnson. Johnson gets a step on the baseline on Webb. Webb recovers. Now he gets tagged with a reach-in foul. Good first step there by Johnson out of the baseline drive. Nothing Levi Webb could do but reach in to try to prevent the layup attempt.
Yeah, just kind of a little bit of the bad mixed with a lot of good for Papio South and a lot of bad for Bellevue West. I mean, 4 Bellevue West turnovers in the last 5 minutes of the game, while Papio South on a 12-2 run over the last 5 minutes.
They find Parker, but Parker had to kick that one out to Smith. Now with it is Melcher. He's hounded by 2 Titans. Here's Morrow. Morrow working on Alderson into the mid-range, into the paint. Turns, spins, off the backboard, no good. Wild shot rebounded by Falkenberg. Shot clock is dark. Papio South a chance to hold for the final shot of the possession of the quarter, leading by 11. Good hands by Johnson. Tipped that one out of the hands of Alderson. 21-10. Papillion La Vista South leads. Levi Webb enters for Dachnik. I wondered if Papio South was going to let Levi Webb sit for the rest of the quarter with this lead. Keep him fresh for the second, but he's back in on offense. Probably a wise decision as well. Getting it in is Beckenauer. He does get it to Webb. Webb guarded by Smith. He'll dribble it right into the southwest corner of the state of Nebraska. Game clock shows 10 seconds. Webb calls for a screen from Slobodny. Guarded now by Melcher. Webb over to Falkenberg. Another 3 on the way. That missed everything. Out of bounds with about 3 seconds to go. Falkenberg hit his first 3-pointer of the day and is 0 for 2 with a couple wild misses since. Webb and Alderson heading to the bench for Papio South. A couple defensive subs here with 2.9 seconds showing on the clock. Smith gets it in to Johnson. Johnson, couple dribbles from half court. The heave is up, off the backboard, off the front of the rim, and no good. Through 1 quarter of play, Papillion La Vista South leads Bellevue West. It's Titans 21, Thunderbirds 10. Second quarter next on 93.7 The Ticket.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
A membership with John Henry's will fast-track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more boys state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
21-10, Papillion La Vista South leads Bellevue West. It will be the Thunderbirds with the first shot at scoring here in the second quarter. Austin Orman and Nick Sainert with you for the second Class A semifinal. In case you missed it, Lincoln Southwest knocks off Omaha Westside to head to the finals. Pretty historic in our first game, Nick.
Yeah, it sure was. Lincoln Southwest will there will be a Lincoln team in the boys title game for the first time since 2009. So excited for that one tomorrow.
Step back 3, left wing Melcher, no good. Fight for the rebound controlled by Webb. Smith is down, slow to get up. Titans have numbers. Webb knows that. He attacks, he kicks. Falkenberg will fire up another 3 after airballing at the end of the first quarter. He knocks it home to start the second.
I mean, one thing I was going to say as Bellevue West tries to push the pace, they'll try to answer with a 3 on the way. It's no good. Rebounded by Webb. I was going to say, if you're Steve Klein on that Bellevue West sideline, at some point you're thinking to yourself, Papillion La Vista South's got to cool down a little bit. Right now, shooting 72% from the field.
Falkenberg tries again from the left corner. Back-to-back 3s from Falkenberg. And it's a timeout taken by Bellevue West. 17-point advantage in favor of the Titans. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more boys state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
27-10, Papillion La Vista South has expanded on its largest lead of the game. They're up by 17 points. Austin Foreman and Nick Singer with you. Nick, it's been an offensive clinic so far for Papillion La Vista South. They are 11-15 overall. As many made field goals as Bellevue West has attempts. They've missed as many field goals as Bellevue West has made.
Yeah, and that's what I was kind of saying. If you're Steve Klein on that Bellevue West sideline, you're telling your guys, all right, stay with the process. At some point, Papio South's got to miss some shots, but my goodness, Falkenberg hits 2 threes back-to-back from the same exact spot, and it's just because Papillion La Vista South is so much crisper right now. All their passes, their movement, so crisp. Bellevue West just a little bit behind in every single thing they do.
Johnson, Parker, and Morrow all touch it here. Morrow snakes into the paint. He'll kick it out to Smith. Smith in the right corner now. Morrow top the key, uses the screen from Johnson to get himself open. Johnson, 2 slow steps. He's fouled on the floor. Some long, slow steps there from Johnson. Did a good job of cutting through those 2 top defenders with his dribble.
Yeah, and that's where I also wonder, outside of Johnson, who's going to be an offensive threat for Bellevue West? You look at it, Parker had to look at a potential layup on the doorstep, decided to pass out of it earlier. Who's going to be that Bellevue West second option in addition to Johnson?
Smith gets the inbound. Morrow into the paint, working on Alderson. Shot in the lane, no good. Rebounded Falkenberg. Webb wants to go quick. Levi Webb has 9 points, so does Falkenberg. To lead the Titans, gets it off. Now it's stolen by Johnson. Here goes Bryce Johnson Jr. the other way. First points in a while for the Thunderbirds. It's 27-12.
Yeah, I mean, you take away Bryce Johnson in this game, it's a lot to even more little for Papillion La Vista South. He's trying his best right now to keep him.
Unforced error by Papillion La Vista South. Bellevue West takes full advantage. Now here's Falkenberg, top of the key. Dribble handoff to Alderson. He's right in front of us. Surveying the defense, calls for a screen from Slobodny. Now Brady Alderson all the way to the cup with the right hand. That shot blocked by Smith. Morrow quickly ahead to Johnson. Johnson into the paint, righty flip shot, no good. But Bryce Johnson Jr. will head to the free throw line, a chance to put 2 more points on the board.
I mean, you take away Bryce Johnson in this game, and Bellevue West is 1 for 8 on the day, and we've already played almost 10 full minutes of game time. It's just Bryce Johnson's been phenomenal. He's 4 for 5. He's about to shoot 2 free throws here to try to make it a 13-point game instead of a 15-point deficit. But somebody, Melcher, Morrow, Smith, Parker, somebody's going to have to step up.
Johnson back rims the first free throw, no good. We saw number 1 seed Omaha Westside go down by 18 points to Lincoln High, come back and win. That was in the quarters. Here in the semis, Papio South leads Bellevue West by 15 points as Johnson misses both free throws. That one tipped out of bounds, looked like by Smith on the offensive rebound attempt. Things not breaking the Thunderbirds' way. Beckenauer inbounds to Slobodny. Right back to him and now over to Alderson. Being guarded by Smith. Alderson wisely gets to the middle of the floor. Now he's all the way across on the right side. Here comes a screen from Falkenberg. Brady Alderson. Left to right between the legs, crossover. Another screen from Webb. Brady Alderson trying to go all the way himself. He can't. Front rims it. Rebounded by Smith. Here comes Johnson. Johnson looking for Parker up the floor. He'll snake, get it over to Morrow. Morrow into the teeth of that Titans defense all the way to the rim to lay it in. 27-14, Papio South. Levi Webb with the ball. He's working on Morrow. Gets to the right elbow. Now he'll kick it. He'll try to kick it. Looks like a timeout, 30-second variety called by Papillion La Vista South. Let's keep it right here, Nick. A weird spot for Levi Webb to pick up that dribble. No one was really moving to help him out, but he thought he was going to back down all the way to the cup, but good job by Bellevue West of closing off his lanes and recovering out to their man.
Yeah, he picked up his dribble near the top of the key. One thing I do want to mention is when Papio South is, whether they're in the backcourt before they cross the timeline or even right as soon as they do cross that half-court line, Bellevue West wants to bring 2 defenders and try to trap the ball. However, it seems like they're just being a little lazier, slower on that defensive side. We saw Johnson earlier in the game get frustrated at Morrow for not coming to help him out. Assistant coach Michael Jenkins, who's been a part of Steve Kine's staff for years through all the success, is yelling on the sideline in the backcourt right when Papillion La Vista South gets it inbounds to come and help try to trap. They're trying to crank up the defensive intensity. Coaches can only yell so much from the sideline. At some point, guys got to be a little more sharp.
If you're going to run a run and jump sort of trap, you got to do it with conviction. What's the purpose of the defense? The goal is to get the Thunderbirds out and going. That one thrown away, intercepted now by Morrow. Numbers for the Thunderbirds. Morrow to Johnson at the rim. Bryce Johnson again. 12 of the 16 points for the Thunderbirds belong to him. They're back within 11, 5 minutes to play second quarter. Alderson to Falkenberg. Now that one's taken away by Johnson. Back-to-back easy buckets for Bryce Johnson. Single-digit game.
Just like that, we're seeing Bellevue West. It took them a little longer, but they're starting to settle in. It's a 9-point game. Now it's going to see how can Levi Webb kind of change things for Papio South.
Webb nearly had that one stripped, but he kept it. He'll take a step-back three. Rattles around and out. Rebounded by Morrow. Bellevue West comes back the other way quickly with Johnson. Johnson thought about a college three, doesn't take it. Goes screen for Morrow, who goes to the elbow and gets fouled on the floor. All right, an 8-0 run for the Thunderbirds. They've cut it down to a 9-point game. They've made their last 4 shots, most of them easy in transition. Papio South hasn't scored in approaching 3 minutes. It is Schultz throwing it in. Over to Parker. They get Johnson going downhill to head his team. Kicks it over to Morrow in the right corner. Guarded by Dak. Skip pass over to Schultz. He'll fire up a long three-pointer. No good. Rebound falls harmlessly to the deck, and Webb grabs it for the Titans. Here's Webb. Bright orange shoes trying to direct traffic to Alderson in the highlighter green shoes. Alderson to Slobodny. Hounded by Schultz. Dak cuts as Slobodny dribbles back up to the wing. Slobodny tried to dribble handoff with Dak. Nearly lost it out of bounds, but Parker's foot was on the line as he poked that one out.
Yeah, Pierce Parker, a 6'4" senior guard. He's listed as the guard, but he's matched up with the post player. And not a necessarily tall lineup for either side, especially what we just saw from Omaha West Side a little bit ago. But he's real intriguing. If he can stretch the floor, he's athletic enough to where he can guard out there, but he also needs to be a little more decisive offensively when he has the ball in the paint.
Alderson doing a lot of dribbling. Now he gets all the way into the paint. Brady Alderson goes up. Great hands by Melcher. Alderson gets it back, though, and puts it in.
Not sure how that wasn't a jump ball. I felt like that should have been called dead. A nice job by Alderson staying with it, the stick-to-itiveness, as they say. But for the most part, he went up with it. It looked like he was a jump ball, and then he got back down, got the benefit of the doubt.
That ends an 8-0 run for the Thunderbirds. Papio South back up double digits at 29-18, 3.5 to go. Morrow gets to the paint, kicks it to Johnson. Thought about a three, now he'll take it. Back rim, no good. Levi Webb into the front court, behind the back dribble. Gets it over to Falkenberg. He's in the left slot, now to Alderson. Alderson way deep past the three-point line. Webb wants the ball. He comes and gets it from Falkenberg. Nope, they fake the dribble handoff. Falkenberg now backing down on Schultz. Johnson comes with the double. Falkenberg read it all the way. 2 easy points, Levi Webb.
Yeah, it's bad motion on defense as Webb steals this pass. They brought it in. Johnson was able to come up and try to get the steal because he thought help side defense was going to slide down the lane and cover Webb. Nobody went down.
Webb gets the steal and then miscommunicates with Dak. Webb throws that one out of bounds. Again, Nick, the double team, whether it's the run and jump up top or the baseline trap that came here, a little slow developing.
Yeah, it just seems like they're not very sharp right now. Bellevue West, you were just in the middle of an 8-0 run, and you had everything kind of swaying in your direction, and it starts on the defensive end because Bellevue West is a good enough team offensively. They're going to be able to get looks. Johnson's athletic enough. He can get to the rack when he needs to. But, man, just not a whole lot going on. And now who's going to get the bucket as Bellevue West draws a foul? Johnson's on the bench in frustration.
Smith draws a shooting foul. Really good ball movement there by Bellevue West against that 2-3 zone. Kicked it to the corner as the wing came up to take away that first pass to the wing. That put Callan Wilson in some trouble. He had to recover out to the corner. The backside wing doesn't get over there, committing the foul for Papillion-Melissa South. Putting Smith at the line, where Bellevue West is 0-2 today. Smith left that one short. Falkenberg in, Slobodny sits. Johnson in, and Schultz to the bench for Bellevue West. Amari Smith, a 6'3 junior guard, 178 points, entering the state tournament. Wide stance at the free throw line. A dribble, a spin. Amari Smith's second free throw is true. Papio South by a dozen, 2.5 minutes to play here before halftime. Second Class A semifinal. Dak gets it into Wilson, who lost the handle. Not where Papio South wanted to go with that one. Their center was the one that attempted to catch the pass. He did not look comfortable sprinting up the floor for that one, Nick.
No, he didn't. And these are the things that Papio South's going to have to clean up. Maybe they can get away with it in the late stages of the first half. But, man, if this type of stuff, those mental mistakes, those mental lapses continue in the third and fourth quarters, that's how you allow a team like Bellevue West on this stage to get back into it.
Some contact there. Smith went for the ball. Feet got tangled up. No foul called, so Johnson gets it. Driving to the right is Melcher. Now Morrow cuts back against the grain to the left. Had Parker, couldn't get it to him. Now Smith takes a dribble. He'll spin, dump it off to Parker, who bobbled it on the catch, but still gets it to go.
Yeah, really nice play by Pierce Parker there. Went from the right side of the lane to the left side. Kind of went back, contorted his body the opposite way, and was able to get the 2-point bucket.
Parker's fired up right in front of us. Webb gets it to Falkenberg. Top the key over to Dak. Dak looking for Alderson, can't get it there. Now they run Webb off the screen. Webb with it at the top of the key, guarded by Johnson. Jab step, kick, over to Humbert for three. Humbert knocks down a three. 3-point basket, Diego Humbert. Morrow gets it down to Parker, looking for Smith. He's bodied there by Humbert for a foul.
It's going to be team foul number 5 on the Titans. So that'll put Bellevue West at the line. Austin, this is what I'm talking about. You look at Bellevue West, and granted, things aren't going great for them, but outside Johnson, nobody really has more than 4 points, right? Look at Papio South. Even though Levi Webb is dominating this game on multiple facets, you still have contribution from Alderson, from Falkenberg. Humbert just made a 3, and then obviously the offensive output from Levi Webb. There's so many different places right now that Bellevue West defensively has to worry about Papillion La Vista South. It's not the same when it's crisscrossed.
Smith missed that free throw, offside rim and backboard. He's 1 for 3 at the stripe today. Minute 43 to go. Amari Smith's second free throw sneaks over the front of the rim. Webb tries to get it in. Now finds Humbert deep in the corner, gets it back to Alderson. Alderson guarded by Johnson. Now just across the timeline are the Titans. Gets a screen from Slobodny. Now Falkenberg posting up at the top of the key. Alderson's got that dribble still alive, guarded now by Morrow. Lob over the top to Falkenberg. No extra pass, but that's all right. Falkenberg finishes through contact and a chance for 3.
Really nice job, Falkenberg, the tallest guy on the floor right now. He's pretty similar to Pierce Parker's size, but against that T-Bird defense, didn't get matched up on him, and it was a nice job by Falkenberg just keeping that ball high on that lob pass, sometimes a little risky. It was delivered well, just kept it high. They hit him with the body, and it's 2 points and a free throw coming up.
Falkenberg looks like a stretch 4. Parker probably a 3 at this level, could play the 2 at the next level if that's in his plans. 3 3-pointers. The new-fashioned way, now the old-fashioned way for Connor Falkenberg. Papio South back up 15 points, under a minute and a half to go first half. Morrow resets things to the middle of the floor. Now it's Johnson left wing, back to Morrow. Morrow gets it down to the short corner to Parker. Face-up jumper from the mid-range, up and good. Pierce Parker, 15-foot jumper.
Yeah, really nice by Pierce Parker. Get him a little comfortable, get him settled in. You got to find a number 2, number 3 option if you're T-Birds.
Webb guarded by Smith. He crosses over left to right. Kicks now to Falkenberg. Thought about the deep 3. He'll drive and kick to Dak left. Wide open in the corner. Maybe that's the reason why. He airballed it, but Levi Webb there. He grabs the offensive rebound, and he'll get fouled and head to the line.
It just seems like Papio South, correct me if I'm wrong, Austin, just seems like a little step quicker. Like a half step, maybe a full step quicker. And those are the type of things where you get rewarded on moments like this where you get a second chance and then get fouled.
The little things right now for Papio South. Webb at the free throw line, knocks it home. 14-point advantage now for the Titans. We're under a minute to play here before halftime. 38-24, Papillion La Vista South on top of Bellevue West. Alderson, Humbert, Dak, Webb, and Falkenberg on the floor for the Titans. Morrow, Johnson, Melcher, Smith, and Parker, the starters for the Thunderbirds. That one no good, rebounded by Parker. Johnson to Morrow across the timeline. Morrow goes left to right, kicks over to Melcher. Melcher lefty baseline drive. In trouble, nowhere to go. Morrow makes himself available. One dribble now down to Melcher to Parker. Just hit a face-up jumper. He finds Johnson all alone under the basket. Beautiful teamwork there out of the Thunderbirds.
That's the first time we've seen the Thunderbirds really move without the basketball. They've been so stagnant offensively. They're not out of this game by any means. It's a 12-point ball game. We just saw a team 2 days ago come back from 18 down. You're just fine if you're Bellevue West. You got to close the half strong.
Webb takes a early clock jumper. He misses it. Dak tips that one out of bounds. So Bellevue West a chance to get back within 10 or more with 10 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Schultz set to inbound in front of his own bench to Johnson. There's the touch. Game clock down to 5. Melcher over to Morrow. Morrow drives baseline. Johnson cuts. They get it to him through contact. Johnson is fouled. He'll head to the free throw line. A second and 4/10 left on the clock.
You know, it's really interesting because when you look at Bellevue West, you look at what they've done over the last couple of minutes. They're 3 of their last 3 shooting the basketball, 7 of their last 9. You feel like with those statistics, you should go into the half with the momentum. It still feels like they haven't necessarily swayed it in their favor yet.
Maybe, though, on the other side, Nick, a chance for Papio South to have taken a little more juice into halftime by holding for the final shot, but Webb went really quickly with the shot clock dart. Bryce Johnson Jr. takes a dribble, fires up the first free throw. That's good. 17 points and counting for number 3, Bryce Johnson, a junior guard who came in leading the T-Birds in scoring. Also led them in assists. Johnson, second free throw up and good. 10-point game. A second and a half to go before halftime. Here is Beckenauer to Hewitt, he runs the baseline, gets it over to Alderson, who will simply dribble out the first half clock. A good start to things for Papio South, but Bellevue West cuts into their deficit. It is 38-28 between the Titans and the Thunderbirds, with Papio South on top. Nick Sainert, Austin Norman with you at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We'll be back shortly to recap the first half on 93.7 The Ticket. Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "you have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Parents deal with a lot of what-ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what-ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee. General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Attention Nebraska sports fans. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join up and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard. Guard the good life. If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first. Now is the time to get a glimpse into living and learning at Doane University through a personalized in-person or virtual visit. We know once you experience Doane, you'll see why it's a place where you can achieve your goals and shape your future. Schedule your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
At the half, Papio-LV Vista South leads Bellevue West 38-28. I'm Austin Orman. He is Nick Sainert with you courtside at Pinnacle Bank Arena. This will do it for the Class A semis. Class B semifinals coming up later tonight here on these very airwaves. Nick, Levi Webb leading the way for Papio-LV Vista South, looking mighty comfortable in his return to the state tournament. But how about Connor Falkenberg? 3 connections from beyond the three-point line, plus an and one, 12 points and 4 boards for him.
Well, that's the big part, right? Like, it's the storyline, whether it's Bellevue West and Papio South, whether it's Lincoln Southwest and Omaha West Side, or even if it's somebody in the smaller classes, Ashland Greenwood and Auburn earlier today. Not only everybody knows about the main player, in this case it's Levi Webb. In the previous game with Southwest, it's the Sanders brothers, but you need somebody else, and that's kind of something I was harping on in that first half, Austin, and I appreciate you setting me up for this, because in that first half, Papio South had the, like you said, Falkenberg, 4 of 6 shooting, tied for the team high in with 12 points. Even a guy like Brady Alderson, nice job there, just supplementing you don't need them to be spectacular. You just need them to give you something that the defense has to continue honoring. For Bellevue West, we didn't see it towards the back end of that second quarter, where you saw a guy like Pierce Parker connect on a couple of shots, not only a layup but also a mid-range jumper to help out Bryce Johnson. He doesn't have to be the main focal point, but you need somebody to supplement Bryce Johnson.
In those moments, who can it be that steps up? You mentioned Bryce Johnson Jr., 18 points on 9 shots. He's 7 of 9 from the floor, 2 of 3 from 3. And, Nick, I thought that despite him having to do pretty much everything on the offensive end, he didn't force a whole lot. I thought he did a good job of letting the game come to him. He's doing everything he can to keep his team in it. And a bit of a run there at the end for Bellevue West. They make 7 of their final 9 shots, like you said, at the end of the first half. The Papio South has just been able to match bucket for bucket and keep the Thunderbirds at arm's reach.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and it's been a good job. But I think here's the deal. As we continue in this game and the second half progresses on, we talked about it while we were off the air. Papio South, if they continue to be lazy on inbounds passes, we saw them kind of get away from what allowed them to get out to this double-digit lead. If they continue to be lazy, that's how Bellevue West is going to get back into this game. Sure, Bellevue West can hit shots and do other things that are extra down here in the third and fourth quarter, but Papio South won't lose this game if they continue to be crisp. If they get a little lazy, a little complacent, then we're going to see this one come down to the wire.
Papio South, the defending Class A state champions, won their first title in school history last year, knocking off a crosstown rival Papillion, Millard North, and Omaha West Side. Of course, Bellevue West, no stranger to this stage. The Thunderbirds went back-to-back in 2023 and 24 before bowing out in the first round last year. 16 minutes to go to decide our second Class A finalist of the 2026 season. Austin Norman, Nick Sainer with you at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We'll go to break. Be back in just a few minutes for the second half of this one on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information. State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology, on your side, by your side.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more boys state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Away we go in the second half. Austin Norman and Nick Sainer with you. Bellevue West and Papillion La Vista South. Levi Webb trying to get the party started from three. He misses. Falkenberg with an offensive rebound. That one tipped away by Johnson. He was grabbed by Webb. They play on, but Webb fouls Johnson at the rim. Back to a single-digit game. Bryce Johnson Jr.
I mean, that's the thing, Austin, that we said in the late stages of the second quarter. Bellevue West closed out the first half. 7 of their last 9 from the field. the momentum should feel like Bellevue West has it. But right now, we're trying to see if Bryce Johnson can maybe get something started in the second half.
Webb really grabbed Johnson and going after the loose ball. They didn't call the foul, so Johnson takes advantage, finishes through the contact from Webb at the free throw line. Now just a 7-point game early third quarter.
Johnson has 21 of Bellevue West 31.
Here's Brady Alderson handling for Papillion-La Vista South, guarded by Smith. Gets it over to Falkenberg at the top of the key. No dribble handoff. Falkenberg facing up on Smith. Works down into the right wing. Falkenberg all the way to the rim. He's fouled, and Connor Falkenberg will head to the free throw line off the foul by Smith.
Yeah, this is where at Papio South, I feel like the pace of the game has been pretty good. Maybe some quick whistles every now and then, but nonetheless, this is where Papio South, as Bellevue West continues to try to kind of get momentum in this game, they can kind of halt it for the time being by forcing them to foul them, go to the line, hit your shots, and you're going to be just fine.
Falkenberg's got a good-looking shooting stroke. He knocks down that first free throw. He was 3 of 5 from long range in the first half. Hit his first one, missed a couple pretty wildly, and then back-to-back threes from just in front of us here in the left corner helped extend that Papio South lead to as much as 17 points at 27-10. But Bellevue West right back in it as Falkenberg's second free throw is good. Back to a 9-point advantage for the Titans. Johnson ahead to Melcher. Now Schultz starting the second half. Actually, just kidding. They removed Smith after his third foul there to start the third quarter. Melcher dribbles with his left hand, gets it off now to Morrow. Uses a screen from Schultz. Morrow all the way to the rim. Slow step through, puts it up, no good. Rebound controlled by Beckenauer. Alderson dribbles up the left side of the court, guarded by Morrow. He gets into the mid-range, dribbles things back out to reset. Between the legs, crossover to his right, looking down to Webb in the post. They get it to him. Webb backing down Johnson with his strong left hand. Too easy for Levi Webb as Johnson falls down trying to draw a charge.
Yeah, I think Johnson has a fair point there. It looks like Webb maybe extended that right arm a little bit. Great move on the other side by Melcher.
Tough step through by Melcher. His first 2 points of the game bring Bellevue West back within 9. Alderson guarded by Parker. Now Parker backs off as Alderson's looking for Falkenberg at the top of the key. He faces up on Morrow. That's quite the mismatch. There's a beautiful pass inside from Falkenberg to Webb. Miscommunication defensively for Bell West.
Yeah, moving without the basketball. Nice job by Levi Webb. I don't know how you lose track of the best player on the floor right now for either side, but they did.
Melcher gets it over to Johnson on the left wing. Johnson between the legs into a spin, top of the key, guarded by Alderson. Puts his head down, drives through contact, can't get that one to go. Parker fights for the rebound. He draws a foul on Slobodny. Bellevue West will have the ball baseline out of bounds.
Yeah, right call. Once again, just the physicality right now. Papillion-La Vista South winning in that department right now, but Bellevue West, I've seen it time and time again. They can play physical. Steve Klein wants them to play physical. They're just not doing it.
They actually tagged Falkenberg with that foul, his second of the game. Johnson has the ball right in front of us. Gets a switch on Slobodny. Spins into the paint. Couple steps, but misses on the spin move. Rebounded Falkenberg. Numbers for the Titans. Long pass across the court for Webb, who follows his pass to get it back on the left wing. Falkenberg thought about the three, lifted up that back foot. It's a traveling violation. Turnover to the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, a situation there. Falkenberg just getting a little unselfish. I think Falkenberg thought he kept his left foot taped down to the ground. I think I agree with the official there, but what I was going to say, we're seeing Johnson trying to do too much. There's a difference between being the best player on the floor and letting it come naturally to you, or you trying to force it. Johnson right now trying to force it a little too much for Bellevue West.
Webb tried to shoot the gap, but Bell West ball fakes him out of position. Melcher has it right wing, now over to Morrow. Gets a screen from Parker. Morrow drives left all the way to the rim, finishes through Brady Alderson. Tough finish by Morrow. Now here comes a trap out of Bellevue West. Beckenauer handling. Beckenauer over the top to Webb. Webb into the paint, takes a bump. Levi Webb, wild shot, won't go, but he'll shoot two at the free throw line.
Everybody knows the ball is going to get at some point in the hands of Bryce Johnson. Everybody knows it, right? So allow it to come naturally to you. You're going to hurt your team even more than help them by trying to force things too much. But with guys like Morrow or Melcher being able to get some of the scoring off of Johnson's plate, it's only going to open things up more for a guy like Johnson.
Webb's at the free throw line. He split a pair earlier today. Conversation between our officials and the three players on the right side of the lane. That's Johnson, Slobodny, and Parker. Webb splashes home the first free throw. Lead back to an even 10 points for Papillion La Vista South. They lead at 45-35. Webb, couple dribbles, a deep breath. Fires up the second free throw and knocks it home. Johnson across the timeline, dribbling right to left. Now up top with it, it's Morrow. Schultz comes to set a screen. Morrow goes right. Thinks about the skip to Johnson. Said gets it top of the key to Schultz. Three-pointer rattles around, no good. Fight for the rebound. Pierce Parker draws his second rebounding foul early here in the third quarter. Pierce Parker active on the glass.
The other thing I'll say, Pierce Parker's active on the glass. Nobody else is, though. Everybody else from Bellevue West is outside the perimeter line or heading back on defense. Why? Because it set a precedent early on that Papio South will get out and run. Because of that, they're not allowed to send guys to the rim. Pierce Parker has to do it all on themselves. Thankfully, they get a foul call.
Parker knocks down the first free throw. Thunderbirds now 6 of 10 at the charity stripe on the day. Couple dribbles out of Parker, wearing number 14 for Bellevue West. That one rattles home. 9-point game, Brady Alderson, point guard for Bellevue West, trying to get it in. Parker at the point of attack. That one stolen by Johnson momentarily. They'll say he tipped it out of bounds. 50-50 call goes the way of Papillion La Vista South, and now they have a coffin corner inbound after struggling to get it in. Wow, Beckenauer gets it in to Falkenberg. Good present to the ball by the big man. Now Alderson has it, guarded by Johnson. Falkenberg wants the ball at the top of the key. Now he'll pop out to the wing to receive the pass from Alderson. Faces up, gets it over to Beckenauer. Beckenauer, a couple dribbles on Morrow. Picks it up, now has to get it off to Webb in the left slot. Webb working on Pierce. He'll stop in the mid-range, fire up a jumper. Too easy, Levi Webb.
Yeah, really, really good shot by Levi Webb. I was going to say it, for as much as we've talked about Bellevue West trying to get momentum back as Melcher attempts a three, and a friendly roll there, Austin, not to take your job. But what I was going to say, for as much as we talked about Bellevue West trying to get the momentum, Papio South, who's been in a position to take it, hasn't done that either.
Melcher rattles home that three, as Nick just told you. Front rim, backboard, it dropped in to extend the lead back to 8. Now Beckenauer fires up a left corner three. Answer no good. Slobodny was on the floor. No one checked him out. He gets up in time for the offensive rebound. Beckenauer driving on Melcher to the cutting. Webb, who surveys the court but takes it all the way to the rim to re-extend the lead to double digits. Johnson quickly into the front court. There's Melcher. Hit the three last possession for the Thunderbirds. He gives it off to Morrow, dribbling left to right, now back to his left. Missed the cutting Parker, now finds the cutting Schultz, who bobbled it. Extra pass Schultz to Parker, left that floater short. Pierce Parker gets his own miss, misses that one again. Parker a second offensive rebound, but he throws it out of bounds. Pierce Parker active on the glass. Papio South just kind of standing around hoping the ball will fall to them.
Here's the deal. It feels different. If you were able to watch it or see it in person, you'd understand what I'm trying to get at here. We have two individual scorers that are having exceptional games. Johnson with 21, Levi Webb with 22. They both feel so different. It feels like Levi Webb is able to have the game come to him, and it's so effortless every time down the floor for Levi Webb. For Johnson, it just feels like he's trying to cling his team to keep on in this game.
Alderson picked up his dribble in the fingernail, tries to get it off to Beckenauer. He doesn't. We have a fight for the ball. A jump ball will be called. It'll belong to the Thunderbirds. A little bit of discombobulation there from Papio South. Bellevue West takes advantage with the tie-up. 50-40, Papillion La Vista South on top of Bellevue West. 3 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Second of two Class A state semifinals. The winner gets Lincoln Southwest. Silverhawks' first state championship appearance in 17 seasons. Johnson brings it right to left. Morrow, shallow cut through to the top of the key. Uses a screen from Schultz. He gets through. Melcher thought about a three and said he'll shot fake drive. Kick top of the key. Schultz, extra pass. Johnson trying to drive on Webb. He's walled off. Nice cut back door by Melcher. Great find by Bryce Johnson.
Yeah, really, really nice. Nice find by Bryce Johnson. That's going to hopefully free him up offensively later in the game.
Johnson's got his third assist. Webb crosses over on Morrow to get across half court, crosses over again, spins back to his right, finds a back cutting Alderson. Alderson left the reverse layup short. Here go the Thunderbirds. Johnson quickly ahead, working on three Titans into the body of Beckenauer. No foul called. Brady Alderson ahead. Melcher tries to time up the block. He gets whistled for a foul at the other end. Brady Alderson will shoot a pair.
I would have liked to see Johnson maybe use a jump stop and then survey things. Sometimes he got sped up. We're acting like, and maybe we're not, but we're almost acting like it's a 18-point differential instead of an 8-point differential. You didn't need to race against the clock. It's not 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the game. It's only 2:22 to go in the third. He got sped up in the moment. I understand seizing the opportunity in transition, but I would have liked to see if you can get a defender to jump in the air, draw a foul, give your guys a break while you go to the line.
First free throw by Alderson, clanks off the back of the rim. Lead stays at 8. Alderson on the year, 184 points scored, 4th leading scorer on this Titans team, 2nd in assists behind only Levi Webb. Alderson gets the roll on his 2nd free throw. Falkenberg will give Slobodny a seat. 51-42 propelling the Vista South. Just over 10 minutes left in this one. It'll be Smith to throw it in to Johnson. Thunderbirds working right to left. Johnson up top to Melcher, gets a screen from Schultz against that 2-3 zone. Schultz gets it back now. Johnson surveys the court. Thought about a pull-up three, doesn't take it. He's looking to the high post. No one presents. Johnson screens for Morrow. Morrow over to Schultz, right back to Morrow, top of the key. Schultz, spin move in the middle of the lane. He's swarmed by some Titans. Now Smith is going to try to get to the cup. He doesn't. He kicks it out. Schultz fires up a three on the way. It's short. Smith pursues the offensive rebound. No good. Bounces out to Morrow. Nothing but the glass on that three. And a quick whistle and a tie-up gives the ball to Papio South.
Yeah, I like the shot selection by Bellevue West, despite how poor the shots looked coming towards the rim. I like the shot selection. At some point, you're going to need a Melcher to step up. Melcher, Morrow, somebody besides Johnson's going to have to hit a perimeter shot.
Melcher has 7. Parker has 8. Combined, they still haven't matched Bryce Johnson Jr.
Even adding Morrow in there, you still haven't.
Indeed. Those 3 combined have as many as Johnson does himself. Webb gets the ball across. No one picks him up. No one stops him. Levi Webb, the lefty, drives down the right end of the lane line. He's fouled. A little slow to get up. Looks like he'll be all right. Bumping the foul by Morrow. Having a conversation with the official, trying to get an explanation for what it was. Levi Webb taking another moment to compose himself before he steps up to the foul line. Papio South by 9, 51-42, a minute 42 left here in this third quarter. Webb, couple dribbles and a deep breath, fires up the first free throw. It's true. Lead back to 10 for the Titans, who led by as much as 17 points in the second quarter. Got to 27-10 in favor of the Titans after they ripped off the first 6 points of the second quarter. But after that, Bellevue West outscores them 18-11 to draw back within 10 at the break. Webb's second free throw is good. Give him 24 points. Melcher gets it to the corner to Parker. Parker back up top now to Johnson. Johnson rejects the screen. He drives all the way to the cup with his right hand. Count the basket and a foul. Bryce Johnson Jr.
A really good job there. Finished with the right hand from the left side of the rim. A nice job there. Drew the contact with the body. Was still able to stay high enough in relation to the defender. And maybe you got one on that side. You get one on this side. It's officiating 4 fouls each team here in the third quarter in the final 90 seconds.
Johnson entered the state tournament leading Bellevue West in scoring, the only player over 300 points as he knocks that free throw down. But Morrow and Melcher weren't far off of that 300-point mark. Much more balanced in the regular season than they've been here today. No issues with the Bellevue West pressure for Papio South this time down the court. Falkenberg has a large height advantage on Melcher. Now Schultz switches off of him, takes the dribble handoff to Webb, who reverses course and gets it on the dribble handoff. Jab step by Webb. He goes around Schultz and draws the blocking foul. Levi Webb headed to the line again.
You can't call that an offensive foul, but, man, that's a tough defensive foul to get. I mean, it's Levi Webb does such a good job of initiating contact, and he gets defenders off balance so they're not squared up to him. So by rule, yes, it's a defensive foul, but I'm sure if you're Melcher, if you're in this case, Schultz, you're sitting there going, man, I felt like I was staying with him, but he does such a good job of getting you off balance as a defender that you have to call it a defensive foul if you're a ref.
Webb missed the first free throw, 5 of 7 now on the day. That's the thing. He didn't have a full step on Schultz, maybe had a half a step, but Schultz got caught with his feet in the air, not quite in front enough or even alongside enough to be granted legal guarding position. Webb wears a sleeve on his right non-shooting arm. Second free throw, shooter's touch, it's good. Here's Jago Humbert back into the game, replacing Alderson. Humbert hit a three-pointer in that first half for the Titans. 9-point advantage for Papillion the Vista South. They're the 6th seed, but also the defending Class A state champions. While working around the perimeter, Schultz finds Johnson down low. Goes up between Webb and Slobodny, and Bryce Johnson Jr. gets the finish down low. Good finish in the paint by a smaller guard. Here's Webb guarded by Morrow. Webb waving off teammates. He wants it himself right now. Now we'll get it up top to Slobodny, over to Dak on the left wing. Dak finds Webb yet again, top of the key. Now it's Melcher on him. Shot clock inside 10 seconds right now. Game clock inside 30. Webb off a screen from Slobodny. He'll have to create something quick. Shot clock down to 5. Webb steps back for 3. That one long. Offensive rebound by Humbert for a moment, but Schultz took it away. He'll throw it up the court. Here comes Johnson. 20 on the game clock. Webb went for the steal, couldn't get it. Bryce Johnson Jr. makes it a 5-point game. It was a 10-point game at the break. It's a 5-point game. 10 seconds on the game clock. Levi Webb looking to get downhill. He kicks it out. Right corner 3. Slobodny is good. What an answer from the Titans. Now here's Melcher. He'll have a chance at a heave. Melcher is fouled shooting the heave. Humbert undercut him, trying to get in the way and go for the steal. But Melcher, as he's in the air, gets undercut shooting that 3. It'll be a 3-shot foul. Keaton Melcher, 6'2" sophomore guard at the line, 7 points on the day, gets fouled at the end of the quarter. We have an official at the scores table for a review of some sort, probably checking to see how much time they can put back on the clock. They'll give them 0.3 of a second. Had that foul occurred later, the shot wouldn't have gotten off and everyone would have cleared the lane, but instead they're 0.3 seconds on the clock as Melcher gets a friendly roll on the first free throw. Bellevue West cut it to a 5-point game. Kenyon Slobodny nailed a right corner 3 to push it to 8. Now Keaton Melcher's at the free throw line where he just airballed his second attempt. Nothing but the bottom of the net and not in the right way for Bell West. 57-50. Papillion the Vista South leads. About a quarter second left on the clock. Melcher, couple dribbles. That free throw short as well. That's how the third quarter comes to a close. It's 57-50. Papillion La Vista South leading Bellevue West. Fourth quarter action next on the ticket.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
It's Papillion La Vista South leading Bellevue West 57-50 as we enter the fourth quarter of play. Austin Orman and Nick Sainert with you for this, the second of 2 Class A state semifinals. Thunderbirds ball out of the quarter break. It'll be Smith to key it in to Johnson. Johnson, 28 of the 50 points for the Thunderbirds. In that third quarter alone, number 3 in white, gold, and purple had 10 points on 7 shots. Now The man-to-man defense out of Papio South. They get a three-pointer from straight on for Melcher. He misses. Smith with the offensive rebound, stripped by Alderson. Johnson into the lane, challenges Slobodny and gets the roll. Back to a 5-point game.
Really impressive move by Johnson there. He's trying everything he can. He's over the 30 burger.
Beckenauer picks up his dribble, finds Alderson against that pressure. Alderson guarded by Morrow across the half-court line. They're on the right side of the court. Gets a screen from Falkenberg. Alderson now a screen from Webb. Webb ball in the right slot over to Beckenauer. Now it's with Slobodny. Trying to find Webb, who pops out. It's Falkenberg in the corner. Finds Webb on the cut. Webb comes under control. Lefty jumper, no good. Good defense by Bell West. Here comes Johnson ahead quickly to Morrow. Gets it right back to Johnson. Extra pass, Melcher. Corner three on the way. It's good! Keaton Melcher, his second made three of the game. Bellevue West back within a deuce.
I was just going to say, Papio South needs a timeout. For the first time, we feel like the momentum is starting to shift over that Bellevue West side. They're down by 2. They've trailed by as many as 17 back in the second quarter when it was 27-10. Here we go. 6 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the fourth. 2-point game.
It was 38-28 at the half. Bellevue West wins the third quarter 22-19. And now a 5-0 spurt to begin the fourth quarter has the Thunderbirds back within 2. Still not much defense being played. Maybe you credit the shot making with both teams over 50% shooting. Papio South is 20 of 34. Bellevue West is 21 of 41. The Titans have knocked down 6 of their 14 tries from 3. The Thunderbirds are 4 of 14. And now, Nick, right now the difference is 2 more made threes for Papio South and 2 more makes at the free throw line.
The other thing I'll say is, sure, Levi Webb's made his name known in the second half. He's got 13 points in the second half alone, right? 25 total. However, he's not doing any of the other little stuff that he was doing so well in the first half. Just 1 assist, no rebounds, no steals for Levi Webb in the second half.
Alderson gets the ball. They're looking for Falkenberg. Alderson all the way across the court now to Slobodny. He tries to get downside to read. That one's taken away by Parker, but his foot was on the sideline. Here's Parker, near steal for the Thunderbirds. Mentioned that's notable as well, Nick. 9 turnovers for the Titans in this game. Not that many, but how about this? 16 points off of those 9 turnovers for Bellevue West, including a stretch of, I believe, 6 consecutive points off of turnovers late in the first half to draw back within 10. Beckenauer gets it in to Webb, guarded by Johnson on the left wing. Webb wants to reset. Gets a screen from Slobodny. Working now on Smith. Top of the head pass from Webb to Falkenberg. Gets it back now to Webb. Falkenberg. 2 on the shot clock. Got to put up the mid-range jumper. Around no good. Slobodny fights for a rebound. He commits a foul. Bellevue West basketball a chance to take their first lead of the game.
Really nice job there. It's been great defense, and this is a massive adjustment. He's not making a big night on the in the scoring column. Amari Smith, the 6'3 junior, he's who primarily in the second half and in this fourth quarter matched up with Levi Webb. He's done a great job forcing him to give it up.
Man-to-man defense now out of the Titans. Parker gets ball top of the key, drives to the paint, righty flip shot up and good. For the first time since it was 6-6, this game is tied. It's 57-all, 6 minutes to play, Class A semifinal.
We said in the second quarter, Parker needed to be more aggressive. We've seen that in the third and fourth quarters combined. There he is, tying the game.
Parker's into double figures. Third Thunderbird to get there. That ball tipped out of bounds by Johnson. It'll stay with the Titans with 20 on the shot clock. Bellevue West chips away, chips away, chips away. They tie the game with 6 minutes to play. Beckenauer, 4 fouls, gets it into Alderson near the timeline. Alderson dribbles with the left hand, now over to his right. Webb comes and gets it at the elbow. Working on Morrow. He gets downhill. Webb splits the defenders, draws a foul. He'll head to the free throw line.
Same thing can be applied now. Is Papio South do exactly what you did that got you to this point when you were still leading, and that's get to the line, draw fouls, slow down the pace of this game when you're on offense. Allow yourself to run the offense, and you'll be all right.
Slowing down the pace of the game is one thing. Slowing down Bryce Johnson Jr. has been another.
30 points.
Webb misses a free throw. He's now just 2/3 successful at the line, 6 for 9. 11 of 15 at the stripe are the Titans, 9 of 15 for the Thunderbirds. Webb receives the pass from the official, takes a couple dribbles, deep breath and throw to the shoulders, fires up the second one, hits both sides of the rim and goes down. 1 point advantage now for the Titans. Here's Smith with the top of the key to Melcher. Keaton Melcher, 11 points for Bell West. He's looking for Johnson, bumped by Webb, no call. Johnson calls for a screen from Smith. He's working to the left now on Webb. Good hands by Levi Webb, took it right away. Webb, high hop step, out of bounds. They'll say it's off of Johnson and give Papio South the ball underneath the bucket.
Great job by Bryce Johnson. I know you're probably a little mad that you got your pocket picked on the offensive end of the floor, but you didn't slack off. You went back, got back on defense, stripped it. I think the replay is showing that it might have hit off of Papio South last, but nonetheless, you allow your defense to set up in the half court.
My read from the replay is that Johnson ended up getting Webb on the wrist, so no foul, but Papio South retains possession. That's my angle down here courtside. Either way, Papio South ball, 15 seconds on the shot clock for Webb. He wants the matchup with Johnson, uses a screen from Falkenberg. He's looking down to his big man. 10 on the shot clock. Alderson has it. Gets it down to Falkenberg. Faces up on Johnson. Here comes a double from Smith. Kick to Alderson. Fires up a three. Might have been tipped. Melcher there on the rebound. Good save by Keaton Melcher. All right, here's Johnson with it right side of the court. Calls for a screen from Schultz. Reverses course. Kicks it to Schultz right wing. Schultz now skips it to Morrow. Morrow driving on Falkenberg. In the middle of the paint. Comes to a jump stop. Nowhere to go. Finds Melcher. The lefty guarded. He now drives to his right. Keaton Melcher puts up a flip shot, rattles around, no good. Fight for the rebound. Smith comes down with it and puts it in. For the first time today, Bellevue West is in front. It's 59-58 Thunderbirds.
Two things. I know we have a timeout on the floor, but what I was going to say, it looks like it's just 30 seconds. But here's the thing. Number one, on the Papio South offensive end, Austin, they are not getting anything going to the basket. I think if you ask Bellevue West head coach Steve Klein, especially if anybody else other than Levi Webb is taking a shot, a mid-range or farther shot away from the basket at the end of the shot clock, you're living with that. You're just fine with that. Now on Bellevue West's offensive side, we've said it all game. We've agreed all game. Somebody else needs to step up. I thought Melcher was going to be able to hit that shot. He wasn't. Guess who's there? The guy we just talked about, his defensive ability. Amari Smith gets the offensive board, puts up the floater, and Bell West has their first lead tonight.
59-58 Thunderbirds, 4:23 to play. Bellevue West has taken 23 shots in this second half, made 12 of them. Papio South has only attempted 12 shots. Now, they have been to the free throw line 12 times as well. That's 6 trips to the line for the Titans, balancing out the shot discrepancy a little bit. They trail for the first time today. It's by 1 point as we approach 4 minutes to play. Brady Alderson with a head of steam downhill into Schultz. Tough layup by Brady Alderson. Papio South right back in front.
I like the no call. There was all ball, maybe touched it a little bit.
Morrow open for three in transition. He was fading off to his left and missed it to the left. Schultz and Parker collide for Bellevue West going for the rebound. Ball back to the Titans.
Yeah, I like the no call. Obviously, Alderson took a tumble onto the hardwood on that end of the floor. And the contact was all hand-on ball from the defender. I like the idea to swallow the whistle. Good job by the officials there. It was a better finish by Alderson.
Heck of a finish indeed. Alderson receives the inbound pass from Webb. He'll slow things down across the timeline. Under 4 minutes to play. Had 2 dandy games here in the Class A state semis. Alderson, same side of the court, kicks it. Beckenauer, 3 on the way. Back rim, no good. Slobodny had his arm pulled down. No call, but he grabs the offensive rebound anyway. He tips it to Webb while he's on the floor. Webb going to work on Smith. Gets the defender in the air. Webb misses wildly. Gets his own miss off a tip. Webb wants it again. Lefty floater, no good. Slobodny fighting for the rebound. A 4th opportunity coming for the Titans.
Find somebody, get a body on them, and you got to figure out a way to get a defensive board. 3 minutes and change left, Austin. Here we go. State title on the line.
Brady Alderson with the ball on the right side of the court near the timeline. Couple dribbles now, flips it to Beckenauer. To Falkenberg. Back Beckenauer. Now Alderson looking inside, trying to go over the top as Falkenberg being guarded by Morrow. 10 on the shot clock. Slobodny's threes blocked by Smith. Slow release, and Smith got there in time to block it. Here's Bryce Johnson Jr. Gets a screen from Parker. All the way into the lane, finds Melcher on the back cut. Melcher lost it. He wanted a foul, but he tipped the ball to himself. Morrow driving on Falkenberg. Gets across the paint, kicks it out now to Smith. Smith drives with the left, spins back right, shot blocked at the rim by Slobotny. Smith gets it back. A foul is called. They tag Slobotny with it with 14 on the shot clock.
Here's the deal. Papio South can be frustrated all they want. On the offensive end of the floor, how are you down or up by one, in the final 3 minutes of the game with the state semifinal and you don't have your best player who's your right now only shot creator not touch the ball a single time? The only way Papio South's getting a shot inside the lane right now is if Levi Webb drives in and hits a contested floater. They're not getting any penetration otherwise.
Ball goes into Schultz on the baseline, out of bounds. He finds Johnson guarded now by Webb. Man-to-man defense from the Titans. Johnson, great first step, but he lost it on the way up. Numbers for Papio South. Levi Webb pushing in transition. Slobotny open at the top of the key. He'll make the extra pass left corner. Brady Alderson, three, no good. Johnson controls the rebound. Now ahead to Parker. Parker converts the layup. Alderson couldn't get his hand on it. Bellevue West back in front by one, just over 2 to play.
Parker's struggling. I think he twisted his ankle last time. I don't know why you shot that three if you're Slobotny. You literally had numbers. Your biggest defender was on the other side of the floor, 90 feet down the court.
Webb nearly threw it away instead. Now it's Falkenberg working on the left block. He goes to work over Morrow. That one drops in. Papio South back in front. The Titans want a timeout. We'll take it with them. Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena in 30 seconds next on 93.7 The Ticket.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
62-61, Papillion La Vista South has a 1-point edge on Bellevue West. Austin Orman, Nick Sainert with you. Back and forth, final frame so far. Nick Sainert, it feels like Bellevue West may be playing with a little bit more intensity. Papio South trying to keep it cool.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And finally, we saw Falkenberg get in the lane. Bellevue West doesn't have the height right now to defend Falkenberg and even Levi Webb's ability to finish inside. Go right at it.
Bell West gets it to Smith at the high post. Kick out to Johnson, right wing. Johnson has it. He'll dribble back to the top of the key. Step back three on the way. Bryce Johnson. Back rim, no good. Rebound tipped around. Controlled now by Webb. Schultz coming to try to pick his pocket, but Webb reads it. Papio South by one, under 90 seconds to play. Alderson with the ball in the left corner. He'll back things out. With it now is Beckenauer playing with those 4 fouls guarded by Schultz. Gets a screen from Falkenberg. He rejects it, goes to the right. Alderson comes and gets it. Shot clock to 10. Game clock just over a minute to go. Alderson drives to the paint with his left hand. Looks for Slobotny on the back end. Doesn't get it. Falkenberg drives, fakes the pass out to the corner. Falkenberg, no good. Rebound tipped around off the hands of multiple players. Johnson comes away with it now for Bellevue West. Under a minute to go. Here's Morrow. His team trailing by 1. Johnson into the paint with the left hand. He stops. He's swarmed by 4 Titans. Kicks it to Melcher. Melcher bumped to the foul by Alderson.
Yeah, good call. Not a bad foul either. You got plenty to give. If you're Papio South, you got one more to give, as that's your 3rd team foul. He was going to beat you off the dribble, have a pretty good look at a nice, easy floater from the right side of the lane. Good decision. Allow your defense to reset.
44 seconds to go. Bellevue West trails by 1. Johnson to key it in under his basket. Looking for Smith, looking for Melcher on the exit screen. Melcher has it in front of his own bench. He'll back things up to the top of the key. Smith comes and gets it. Dribble handoff to Melcher. Uses the screen from Smith. Melcher drives into the paint. Kicks it out now to Johnson. 30 seconds on the game clock. Johnson guarded by Beckenauer. Good first step into the lane. He steps through, tried to get it to Melcher, but Levi Webb reads the passing lane.
Levi Webb jumped that lane. Johnson tried to get it over to Melcher. Webb stepped right in front, and a foul committed by the Thunderbirds, their second of the quarter. They trail it by 23.7 seconds to go.
It didn't even look like they wanted to nobody wanted to take the shot there. Johnson got in the center of the lane multiple times. I understand contested shot, but you also not know where you're at in the game. You have 30 seconds left, young man. Put something up, see if you can draw a foul, something.
Webb through the elevator screen. They can't get it to him. Beckenauer now throws it in. Webb goes and gets it. He's immediately fouled right in front of that Bellevue West bench. They charge it to Smith. His fourth foul, team's third, 22.5 seconds to go. About a second and a quarter came off the clock on that exchange.
The other side of that also is if you're Johnson, you got in the center lane, you got 30 points, young man. Like this game's going to come down to your shoulders.
Bellevue West defending full court man-to-man. Papio-La Vista South trying to run an elevator screen. Good coverage by Bell West. Beckenauer struggling to get it in. Papio South wants to talk it over. We'll take a full timeout with them. Back to the PBA in 60 seconds.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more boys state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
62-61, Papillion-La Vista South on top of Bellevue West. I'm off Norman. He is Nick Sainert. Nick, a new look out of the timeout for Papio South, who had been running that elevator screen sideline inbounds. Bellevue West read even the counter to that to defend it. Papio South forced to take a timeout.
Yeah, really nice job defensively. Bellevue West can't check out here. You know this ball's probably eventually going to try to go to Webb. Did he step on the sideline? Oh, no.
On the inbound pass, Connor Falkenberg caught it with his foot on the white line. Half a second comes off the clock. A turnover for Papio South, their 10th of the game. And now the Titans will need a stop to seal it. Both teams shooting 50% from the floor in the second half. A 33-24 advantage for Bellevue West. They're down by 1. Timeout taken by Bellevue West. Another full timeout, but we'll keep it here. All right, Nick Sainert, a 1-point game. Bellevue West trails. Obviously, Johnson has been the story. They've gone to Melcher a little bit down the stretch. What's the conversation in that Thunderbird huddle to our left?
I think you have to figure out a way to get Johnson open. You have to give him a look. Also, if he's not open, not to say shoot a shot when you're covered by 2 or 3 defenders, but also he's been your only source of offense for all 4 quarters. He's shooting at a high volume. He's also shooting it pretty efficiently. 12 of 18 from the field. He's 2 for 4 from beyond the arc. Also 4 for 6 from the free throw line. He's one of your better shooters wherever he's at on the floor. You need the ball in his hands. If he gets fouled, you have confidence in him hitting at least 1 of 2 at the line, or you have most confidence in him just hitting a shot.
For Papio South, then, the conversation is we have 1 foul to give. As soon as Bellevue West initiates their action, I would look for Papillion-La Vista South to commit that foul at that point. Let some time run off the clock. 62-61, 21.9 seconds to go. The other part of this for Bellevue West, Nick, is can you get Pierce back on the floor to crash the offensive glass? He's been so good there all day. This shot probably got to go up with about 7 seconds on the clock in case of a miss to give a second opportunity. Alderson, Webb, Beckenauer, Falkenberg, Slobodny for the Titans. Morrow Johnson, who drives into the lane, and he threw it out of bounds. Bryce Johnson Jr. going too quickly, threw it out of bounds. Plenty of contact. Keaton Melcher telling his teammates, telling his fans, we're fine. Everything's okay. There are quick hitters, and then there's whatever that was from Bellevue West. An instant hitter is what they tried to do with Johnson.
Oh, I don't mind the idea. Johnson, though, he had the chair pulled out from underneath him on the defensive side, and he just obliged and threw it out of bounds.
Beckenauer, long pass tracked down by Slobodny. All the way from right in front of us to in front of the Bellevue West bench. 4th foul on the Thunderbirds, who have been pretty good at making the life difficult for the Titans inbounders.
Here's the thing. Johnson is very emotional right now. My man, you got 16 and a half seconds still to play in this game. A lot of time left. At worst, you're down by 3. It's still a one-possession game, even if they hit 2 free throws here.
Now Webb loses it off his knee out of bounds. Webb loses it off his knee. Beckenauer threw it at his ankles. Webb could not corral it. Bellevue West has life once again.
Oh, my word.
Still a 1-point game. 15.7 seconds to go.
Does either side want to win?
Full timeout. Let's walk you through that last sequence, Nick, starting with Bellevue West. They force the turnover. They call the timeout in front of their own bench after Falkenberg received the inbounds pass with his foot on the sideline out of bounds. They get it into Johnson at the top of the key. He drives left. Some miscommunication as he takes a tumble to the floor, throws it out of bounds. Beckenauer then on the ensuing inbound had to go all the way across the court to Slobodny, who caught it and was fouled, only the 4th foul for Bellevue West. And then on the most recent inbounds, Beckenauer in front of the Bellevue West bench. Maybe a bad pass, maybe bad hands by Webb. Either way, the result is an incomplete pass, fumbled out of bounds off the hands, off the feet of Levi Webb. So with 15.7 seconds to go, Bellevue West is drawing up a play to take the lead they didn't have until this 4th quarter.
Yeah, you talk about a couple guys with 4 fouls. If this just so happens to go to extra time, you have Bellevue West, Morrow and Smith. 2 of their guards have 4 for Papio South. Beckenauer, who is scoreless, also has 4.
Lincoln Southwest scraped by Omaha Westside. The Silverhawks won a tight one, taking out the number 1 seed in Class A. This is the 2 versus 6 matchup in the Class A state semifinals. 6th seeded Papillion La Vista South. Last year's Class A state champions lead it by a single point. Bellevue West, historically great program, won it in 23 and 24. They inbound from in front of their own bench. Schultz trying to get it to Morrow. He does. Gets a screen from Smith, working to his left. Morrow drives. Lefty layup rejected at the rim by Falkenberg. Connor Falkenberg with the block, but Bellevue West retains possessions. 5 seconds off the clock exactly. 10.7 to go. Johnson the inbounder. Red shoes on the red out of bounds line. Johnson looking for Melcher, weaving through traffic. Melcher bumps balls down, tipped out of bounds by Beckenauer. 3/4 of a second off the clock. Schultz asking the officials to watch for a jersey tug. Still 10 seconds on the clock. Johnson inbounding again. Johnson surveying the court, gets it to Melcher. Melcher guarded by Webb. The lefty crosses over to his right. Webb commits the foul. A foul on Levi Webb, his 3rd. There's the only foul that the Titans had to give. 4 seconds come off the clock. There's 5.9 to play. Here comes Pierce Parker.
They're going to bring in Parker to hopefully clog up that middle, maybe get a tip in case there's a miss. You're not going to have much time if you're Bellevue West.
This shot's got to go up immediately.
Yeah, well, but you're also not going to have much time to foul if you miss it.
Johnson, they run the lob to Parker alone under the rim. He goes up, blocked by Slobodny. A fight for the ball, tipped out of bounds off the hand of Smith. Bellevue West ran a lob for Parker, who had a great look at the rim. Nick, I thought he had a chance to take it up on the catch, not bring it down to the floor. He takes a power dribble to collect himself. The ball gets tipped. He misses the layup. Slobodny got a hand on it on the second effort. In the fight for the ball, Smith tips it out of bounds. There's 1.9 seconds to play. It is a 1-point lead for Papio South, who will be inbounding from underneath the basket.
Oh, man. It was drawn up perfectly. They brought in Parker. We talked about it till we had tip off of a miss. They didn't even give it a chance. They just gave it right to him on the lob. The pass, the delivery was perfect. You couldn't have asked for it better. I would imagine that 9 times out of 10 in practice, Parker is going right up with that. He's not letting himself come up or come down with that basketball. Instead, he caught it clean. It wasn't like he didn't catch it clean. It just didn't go up. And, man, he got blocked. Great job. I believe Falkenberg got a hit on that.
Falkenberg was there. He flew by as Parker came down to the floor. It was Slobotny that came in got the hand as Parker took it up.
What a great job. Also, still playing defense without fouling. An unbelievable job by Papio South there. 1.9 away from winning this game and advancing to the state tournament or state championship.
Now, Nick, probably the best case for Bellevue West here is to foul someone before the ball gets inbounded. If you can tug a jersey or grab someone to prevent them from getting open, no time comes off the clock, but then you're in Christian Leitner territory after the free throws on the other end. It'll take a full court pass most likely to get the best look.
Bellevue West just said they're going to try to foul Levi Webb before it. There it is.
There it is.
The assistant coach for Bellevue West literally just told the referee, hey, watch it. We're going to try to foul Levi Webb before the ball is inbounded. The official looked at the other official, gave him the eye motion to watch that matchup. That's exactly where the foul occurred.
Papio South's coaches are calling for an intentional foul. Not really the application for that rule. You understand the ask, but you're not going to get that call at this juncture of the game. So it is Levi Webb at the free throw line. Most games he'd be the leading scorer with 26, but because of the efforts of Bryce Johnson Jr., Webb just the second leading scorer in this one. 26 points. He's been to the line for 5 trips where he is 7 of 10. His team leads it by a point. Webb's first free throw on the way. It's good. 2-point advantage for the Titans. 1.9 seconds left. Bellevue West takes a timeout. It's only a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 27 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists for Levi Webb. He has Papio South on top by a deuce. It's 63-61 with 1.9 seconds to go.
This is not me questioning Steve Klein at all. I think if I were on that sideline with 1 timeout remaining, my guys would know, hey, we need to get it towards half court and then call a timeout. Maybe you get 0.6 of a second to come off the clock if you're Bellevue West. I understand this. Right now, you're going to have to go the full length of the floor in 1.9 seconds rather than maybe having it at the half court line, sideline inbound, run something beyond the 3-point line with 1.4 on the clock and be able to get a better shot off.
If this were a 3-point game before the free throw, Webb might miss it intentionally.
Yeah.
With a 2-point game, a make is still probably the best case for Papio South in case of a miracle in March.
Well, and as I say, you're going to have to hit a half-court heave for more than likely if you're Bellevue West.
Webb receives the ball at the free throw line. 2 dribbles, a deep shrug of the shoulders, into a deep squat, second free throw up and good. 3-point advantage. What can Bellevue West draw up? The pass from Smith to Parker. Tomorrow, a 3-pointer for the tie is tipped and blocked, and Papillion, the Vista South, will have a chance to repeat. Bellevue West nearly got a look at the buzzer. Morrow had his shot tipped, and Papillion, the Vista South, who led by as many as 17 points, wins it by just 3. Madness on the south end in the student section. Dejection on the north end. Thunderbirds sprawled over the court. A 3-point defeat. We'll go to break. We'll wrap things up from Pinnacle Bank Arena in the Class A semis after this.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
A membership with John Henry's will fast track you to front of the line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call
John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
64-61, Papillion-La Vista South takes down Bellevue West to set our Class A finals tomorrow. Welcome back courtside at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Austin Orman and Nick Sainer with you. Nick, this was a game that was heavily slanted in favor of the Titans through the first 12 minutes. Bellevue West crawls back to make it a 10-point game at half. They take the lead in the fourth quarter, but too little, too late. Papillion-La Vista South will have a chance to defend its Class A crown tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I'll say this. It was a game that obviously Bellevue West was down big early on and through a good chunk of the game. And then for Papio South, you just kind of let them continue to get back in the game. That's something that tomorrow you're going to face a very like-minded team as yourself in Lincoln Southwest. Two sides that want to speed it up, get it down the floor quick, maybe going to try to take advantage off of makes, try to get back before the defense can sooner rather than later. Hey, here's the thing. Tomorrow's Class A title game is going to be a great matchup, but, man, Bellevue West, you feel like you left so much out there. And what a performance by Bryce Johnson Jr. 12 of 18 from the field. It wasn't like he shot in a crazy amount and shot ineffectively or inefficiently. 12 of 18 from the field, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, dropped 30 points.
But how about this, Nick? For Johnson, just 2 points on 2 shots in the fourth quarter, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 turnovers. He was great keeping Bellevue West afloat in the first 3 quarters. Papio South tightens the screws a little bit. Only 11 points scored in the fourth by Bellevue West. How about this, though, Nick? Papio South only scores 7 in the fourth quarter. They find a way to win it, though, 64-61. Let's quickly talk about tomorrow's Class A matchup between Papio South and Lincoln Southwest. First chance in a long time for a Lincoln team to win a title, and Southwest has to be feeling good coming into this one. Not only did they knock out the number 1 seed in Omaha West Side, but the Silverhawks won the first matchup between these two teams back in November or early December by 26 points, 89-63.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. As we've seen, though, teams grow a lot throughout the course of the year. Lincoln Southwest is playing some of their best basketball that they've played in the entire time that I've been covering high school basketball. Obviously, yeah, rightfully so. They're in the state championship tomorrow. But here's the deal. That guard play of Mekhi Sanders, Uzziah Sanders, and Dakari Wilson might be the hardest trio in the entire state, regardless of class, regardless of how they do it, might be the hardest trio to stop. And so Papio South, Levi Webb going to have as good of a game as he had tonight. He's going to have to do what he did in the first half, all 4 quarters, because he kind of sagged off a little bit in the third quarter. Maybe that's credit to Bellevue West. Maybe that's more so about Levi Webb. Whatever it is, he's got to play 4 quarters of consistent basketball tomorrow.
We are about an hour away from getting our Class B action underway here on the ticket. Leading off will be Omaha Skutt against Elkhorn North in the 1-4 matchup. The nightcap will be number 2 Norris and number 3 Scottsbluff. Tristan Gomez on the call for those. For Nick Sainert, for Jay Foreman, Austin Orman saying so long. I'll be back with you momentarily for Old School, but that wraps up this presentation of high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Parents deal with a lot of what ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
Your cure.